Hey, Sword. these two ASMR. Fascinating. I really haven't been doing. Well, attempts have been bad. Moose run die. Uh, Most runs die getting through Drangleic. It's mainly the front of Drangleic that's a problem. And then it's a mana. And then it'd be Airy and then Throne Room. But I really have not been putting in. I haven't been putting in attempts really. I just haven't really been in the mood. Yeah. Because basically I've just been looking for any reason not to play the game. Like hoping friends get on to play something else. Or watch YouTube and Twitch instead, or anything like that, to just not play the game. Yeah, yeah. Uh, it's possible. It wouldn't be consistent though. There are much cuffier ways of going through a mana in Scholar. in Scholar you go right side, and that's safe and pretty safe and consistent with bow. But don't worry, Stars, we'll optimize. Your run's gonna be quite a bit different than what it once was, for the better. Yeah, big things are definitely coming. Oh, nice. Yeah, you could prep runs now. Yeah, or split runs. Yeah. I understand. Don't frame trap me. Something I've noticed about when you start and stop runs is that when you have the ability, you don't. A lot of time you don't feel like coming back to the run that you prepped. It just sits there where you could be like, I could come back to it whenever, and then for me, that makes me not want to do it. And basically every time I prep runs, I die just immediately. That's just a me thing though, but it's a weird thing that happens. Yeah. Well, you could say that all runs are in that superposition. Exactly. Oh, that's Squilla. That was. Why the Dragon Boat move? That's just a thing that happens in vanilla. It happens in Scholar too, but I don't know what triggers it. I don't remember. It might be an NG Plus thing for Scholar, but I don't recall. But so when you relearn DS2, we're gonna try to get you into all the good habits. We're gonna try to get you into good habits and get rid of the bad habits. You're gonna, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of tech we're gonna look at. Okay. Well, tomorrow won't work because I have D&D tomorrow. Thursday could work though. Okay, cool. Oh, that's good luck. If it's Thursday, it'd be this time in the morning, or it'd be a lot later in the evening. Like I take it what you'd be working right now, so it'd be like Thursday evening. Never mind. Thinking. Okay, that works. That can work. Your love, bright as the starlight. Oh, that just didn't do any damage at all. Yes, definitely microfractured them. Yep. Fucking Tyranids, bro. And my stamina management was so bad. Three, four, 5. I knew I should have done a second roll there. Fast Thronies suck swords. Fast Thronies is so hard. Well, it's not even so hard. This is the... I actually need to... I need to do, Throny practice again, because I've not done it in ages. But yeah, we're gonna make you a fast, consistent route. That's what I was gonna say right there. Actually, maybe we're going to make you a safe, efficient route. I should put it like that. A safe, efficient route. Yeah. Well, it being efficient will make it speed. See, stuff like that is the reason why I had a hard time with the speed run. Is like, it's small things like that, or I just slightly better target priority, or knowing that I had the time to not rush it because I need to wait for the door. The goal swords is that we should be able to make you a consistent like 110 to 120 route. Because I've thought about making, me and Joseph talked about making like the definitive scholar no hit guide for any percent, but we've just never got around to doing it. Because Dos has made quite a few, but none of like the, here are literally all the tricks combined into one run to make it as good as possible. Like the end all be all any percent no hit guide where it's like every area showing how like every strat. Because Ghost made a guide like that for all boss, and it's 5 hours long for Bloodborne all boss. Which I thought about. That'd be kind of cool for DS2 80%. Yeah. Like, and there would be like, because of Shulky's work on Silky Souls, like you can force spawn Forlorns. So it'd be like showing off how you do all the Forlorns for normal 80%. So like, the best deal Forlorn I know is one that people have problems with. There's the Drangleic Forlorn. Like the truly modern how to nerf it DS2 that's not from the ancient times. It would be a massive thing, like how to fight every boss, how to punish everything, how to strafe correctly. I mean, Dolus already has a 20-minute video on just Thornwatcher and Defender on how to properly understand their timings and their states. Is this yeah, say Speed Souls or Soul Speedrun. Speed Souls is the old one. Since Speed Souls doesn't exist anymore, the new one is called Soul Speedruns Save Organizer, but it's the same thing. Because what could be interesting is, like, with all the strats, like, it'd be so much work. But it'd be like actually having, like, a live split time and, like, showing what the segment time for everything would be on how much you want to mix and match on your personal evaluation of time saved versus safety. And what kind of run you would expect by executing basically the same. Because like a small example is for Scholar, boning out of that room that you used one of the mannequin souls for this elevator. Boning out is slower. Barely slower than just running around. But boning is so much safer that it's reasonable to basically always bone out unless you want to save every second you can. Or if you don't have bones furs and you don't want Dark Sign because you're relying on your souls to buy more bright bugs, then you'd also know the alternative and what to expect. So small things like that that the guides don't go over. Because if you rely on bright bugs in the end game for your strats, and then you don't have the souls anymore for it, it's really not worth it. I like it, but it's not worth it in most circumstances. For most people, I wouldn't recommend it. But it's good to know. Because honestly, that's the thing worth practicing. Is practicing doing it, because you know that all you need to do is wait to bone out, and that's consistent every single time. You won't practice those things that aren't consistent. You have not done that before. Thank you, AI Loop. It's actually not that bad. I don't think I've never been hit to doing it. Dolus either has or he's seen people get hit to it, but I've never experienced it. But again, it's not worth it for most people. Because like that's a strat of literally inherent risk for basically no time save. And like it's another thing that it doesn't even matter if you don't even care about time, because most people aren't using live split to time the runs in DS2, because most people don't even know that the timer works differently in this game compared to all the others. So like the in-game timer, in all the other games it excludes loading screens, but in DS2 it includes loading screens. Oh, this is actually not good. Actually, no, that's okay. That's probably not good, actually. Backstabbing is probably death there. That's probably RNG, I wonder if that actually works. Yeah, so all the other games, when you look at IGT, it actually shows actual in-game time where you're actually playing. DS2's has it to where It includes loading screens, so you actually lose time compared to all the other games. So with Live Split, it's RTA no load, so it actually excludes the loading screens. But that's the reason why on speedrun.com it's divided between IGT and you have both, where it has IGT and real time. However, if you run on console, you only have IGT, because since it's console, everyone has the same loading times. But on PC versus console, it's variable. I didn't sub RTSR, bro. Yeah, me not locked in during loading screens to save frames. I'm trying to think about, is there anything else I can think of? They'll shoot at you. Yup. It's just one. That's a bigger difference. But yeah, there's a bunch of things like that change between the games. Which again, it's interesting that you have the option. There's so much flavor in Vanilla versus Scholar that it just doesn't exist in the. See, in Scholar, those traps only trigger when you open the chest. When it's only the move for Vanilla because we have 40 strength. These are our stats. We do that because key to the embedded skills with Dex, and then it has S scaling, I think, in Dex, or A scaling, and then C in strength, I believe. So to get most out of key, you do strength equal strength and Dex split. And then because of that, we actually get a good Kaistus, even though it's unupgraded. Look at that scaling. From 40 strength plus 0, 240 scaling with these three, and then you do. That's like 400 damage a hit. Minus resistance. Yeah. Yeah. And so here's the thing. If we went back to you doing Shulva and Scholar, we would copy the Vanilla route basically to a T. You'd be doing +4 Rapier. Well, it's because +10 Rapier is just better. That's the reason. It's only faster in this version because Shulva's the meta. If Shulva wasn't the meta, no one would use Key, period. Even though Key's pretty cool. However, it is the king of no upgrades runs. So if you want basically a free run to do after an 8%, do no upgrades and fusions. Because it's literally 1-to-1 with the route we're gonna do. Like, if you did Shulva, it's literally 1-to-1 with Shulva. Except you would just do less damage at Rotten and Demon of Song. Because we would be swapping to Kaistus for that run and make it literally the same as Vanilla. Oh, it's not consistent. Well, I guess I didn't properly set up because I need to do 2 hits to set up. Okay, I need to fully commit to the loop then. Because the first thing, so I don't really remember anything about your run or how well you executed swords. So I'm basically gonna assume that whenever we get to it, like I'm going to teach you everything as if you don't know the, more or less teach you everything as if you don't know the game. To be, like I said, to build good habits early. So like we're gonna go over good stamina conservation. Knowing, like, practicing kills in order to make them faster to execute. Because a lot of the bosses can, like, Last Giant can be scripted completely. Aussie Pursuer is scripted. Rotten is whatever. Nausicaa is whatever. The Star Congregation can be scripted. Oh, I didn't hit this one. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I need to practice Thronius badly. Oh, I need to just practice all of Throne Room. I'm gonna use the restroom though, I'll be right back. don't know how much longer I want to play, but we'll see. I'm sorry that tracked me. No, I'm not doing all that. I think walking is not the play. I think I need to run. Wow, that hit me. Dude, how does this shit miss so cheaply, man? I never fought him like this before. What the fuck am I doing? Right, I forgot that if you do that, it just breaks the game. Okay. Oh wait, Marsha's really far. Oh, dude, Marsha's on the run right now. I might just raid Marsh. It does. It does count towards that GT because it's a loading screen. Yeah, I actually might raid Marsh once he's done with Moon Presence. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna show the screen. Just show the entire screen real fast. How it's lagging like crazy. Ooh, 480p. Is it on my end? No, it's his stream. It's his stream that's extra crispy. But yeah, this is ridiculous. God damn, look at that, bro. I wish I knew what was happening. Yeah, the low damage Moon Presence looks so bad, bro. Well, low damage Bloodborne looks like a nightmare. Bro, I don't want to watch this 480p. The Bloodborne train is not. I'm not sure if the Bloodborne train is ever coming back. However, once I do everything I planned with DS2, I might finally do a run on every game. No, probably not. Probably not trilogy runs. I don't think, because the accomplishment of trilogy doesn't even really mean anything to me. Like that would just be doing it to do it. Well, that's true, but there's something about when you do trilogy, you stagnate. When you do multi-game runs, you stagnate because that's literally what marathon runs require. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot to take those out of the dryer.
Thanks for working on some of it. I don't mind folding it.
But yeah, marathon runs require you to stagnate your skill at the games to be consistent. because to do the opposite puts your run uh into the danger zone. Yeah. Okay. Bro, why is 720p just? I wonder if it's on my end from streaming, but like I'd be shocked if that were the case. The world we would live in if native Bloodborne 60 FPS was a thing. But yeah, that's and plus I don't know because like also with marathon runs you have to be happy with not only stagnation but also I mean you have to be happy with the games you're running because like I already know that running DS3 is gonna be boring even with a good round because I did run it with a good round and I thought it was boring. Now there are better routes I could look at rather than Gino's route, and maybe I could have practiced it more because that's what I would need to do is I would need to really lock in on practice because I really didn't. Ooh, Marsh, careful, bud. Nice. Yep, and you bone out in order to not go into NG plus. Nice. But yeah, like I would need to, cause like that's the issue that Dolus had for Trilogy SL1, is that he was just like DS3 is just so boring, and I don't want to grind DS3 runs until I finally get past it just to die to like ONS or something. And you have to just be content with that being the case. And obviously, it gets worse the more games you add. Like everyone who does God runs or more, basically nobody likes Demon Souls, but you have to do it. It's just non-negotiable. So people don't play Demon Souls at a high level because they'd rather continue with mediocrity than improve because improving at Demon Souls will require so much more effort than in their eyes would be worth it. Which is also why you see that, which is why all the marathon runners suck at Sekiro. Also, I was having this conversation with Doles last night. Is that when I say suck, it's not that they're bad at the game. It's that they don't play the game at a high level. They could be playing the games a lot more efficiently at a much higher level, but they don't. That requires so much more effort than what they're doing. Like for meta Shura, like people are using a loaded spear on Guardian. It's like, brother, that's literally just a time waste. You literally do more posture damage by jump MDing after, like where you would loaded spear, you get more damage by jump MD. You are so much more inefficient by doing loaded spear. You actually do less posture damage. Like it's things like that the people who run Sekiro for marathon runs, they're looking at like the old marathon or the old Sekiro runs where like the old Sekiro when people didn't know how to run the game. Oh, does it? Why is it recommending myself? Hmm. That's besides the point. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Yeah, exactly. And like, it's hard to like actually. It's hard to try to keep up with all the games. I don't think that's necessarily a realistic expectation for everybody that does marathon runs to as soon as the development is made you have to change your stuff. That's not necessarily what I mean. But there are just things that people don't let go of from the olden days that are just objectively worse. But I think I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm back to Raid Marsh. He's a little too busy.